everyone, welcome back to QA Inside, your good-to channel for everything software testing. Today we are going to deep dive into the critical topic for a QA professional, the defect life cycle. Whether you are new to testing or looking to strengthen your basic understanding, the journey of the defect can help you to become a more effective and reliable tester. Let's get started. So first, let's clarify the most basic question. What is defect? A defect or a bug is a variation between how the software is supposed to behave and how it actually behaves. In a simple term, if the application does something it wasn't supposed to or doesn't do something it should, that's a defect. Defect can be found during the different stage of development, during the unit testing, system testing, UAT testing, or even after the product has been released to the customer. No matter when it found, the goal is the same: catch it, fix it, and prevent it from not happening again. Now let's walk through the defect life cycle step by step, or the different stages of the defect life cycle. When the tester finds the bug, the first thing they do is to log it into the defect tracker tool like Jira, Bugzilla, or ALM. At this point, the defect enters the first stage, new. The bug is now officially recorded in the system. Next, the status move to assign. The test lead or the project manager assign the defect to the developer, who will be responsible for analyzing and resolving it. Once the developers start working on it, the status change to open. At this stage, the root cause of the bug is investigated and fix is implemented. After fix the issue, the developer mark it as a fix, indicate that the changes has been made and it's ready for the verification. Now the defect goes back to the system team, and tester team will test the new build, and it phase called the retest. If the tester finds that the defect has been resolved, the status is changed to verify, and the green light that the fix is working fine. After that, the defect move to the close stage, which means no further action is required. But what if the issue is still there? In that case, the tester reopen the defect and it get reassigned the developer for a further investigation. There are also other possible statuses. Sometimes a defect might be rejected. For example, if it's not really a bug but misunderstanding of the requirement. Other time, it may be marked as a deferred, meaning the issue is valid but it will be fixed in the future releases, usually because it's a low priority or not in the scope for the current cycle. And finally, if the issue is already reported under a different ID, it marks as a duplicate. Let's now talk about some best practice to manage the defect effectively. First, always provide a clear and a detailed step to reproduce the issue. Include the test environment, browser, versions, input data, and attach a screenshot or a recording if possible. The more context you give, that easier for a developer to identify and fix a problem. Second, use the correct severity and the priority level. Severity tells how badly the bug affects the system. For example, a system crash has a high priority and high severity. Priority tells how soon the bug should be fixed. A spelling mistake may be low severity, but if it is on the home page, it might be a high priority. Third, it's important to keep a communicate between the QA and the development teams. A lot of time it wastes when the expectations aren't clear shared. Make sure your documents are finding well and don't hesitate to ask a question for clarity assumptions. Next, always keep the defect status updated. If the defect is in a testing, mark it accordingly if it closed. Verify and move on. This helps to avoid the duplication and the confusion across the team. Another important point is to retest every fix thoroughly. Never assume something is fixed, always validate in a right environment using the right data. Lastly, track your defect metric. Look at the trends like the number of defects per module, how often defects are reopened, average time to the fix, and so on. This metric are incredibly valuable in improve your test process and overall system quality. And that's wrap up our walkthrough for the defect life cycle. Understanding of each stage from login to closure help you testing process and more organization and effectively way. If you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up, share it with your QA team, and don't forget to subscribe to the QA Inside for more tutorial and testing tips. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.